I'm Abby.
And this is Anna. Oh. And this is Serious Beef.
No.
You're done.
And this is Anna.
No.
All right.
That was awesome.
Are you together?
I'm together.
And this is Serious Beef.
Welcome.
Christ.
Oh my
almighty.
God. I just went off the
This is
rails.
Anna. Can't ad lib.
I can't live. I have lived our opening. What the hell?
This is episode 63. We can't change things up on the listeners.
Oh, okay. I guess I better not. We did it over. We fixed it. That's going in the outtakes someday.
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 This is
We had a massive April Fool's. We recorded last week, and then our recording disappeared.
oh yeah, my file's corrupted.
Yeah.
This is an emergency recording.
So we are quickly recording for tomorrow.
for tomorrow.
We're gonna try to make this work, folks. If we have to fly through a couple here, or fly through and get the information out, we're doing our best. We're doing our best.
We're doing our best.
Good news. I feel much better. How about you? Feeling okay?
Well, they didn't even know you were sick because
You're right,
that,
because
that recording is gone.
recording is gone. I sounded much worse on that one, so that's good. Got bit by the COVID bug, but feeling much better. Anyway,
What's
so
the beef? What's the beef?
The beef is
Actually, no. I think I have the beef.
you have the beef.
Because you told me this morning that a volcano in Alaska erupted.
Well, it's about to. It didn't erupt. There is a volcano in Alaska. As we all know, there are volcanoes in Alaska, and it could go any day.
What?
Legit.
What do you mean? What do you mean it could go any day?
It could erupt any day. The conditions are right for it to blow. I don't know what else to say to you.
I thought you were saying that it already blew up.
No. One in Hawaii did. I saw footage of that. Good after you got
Oh
home.
my God!
After you got home. I was like,
There's no active volcanoes in Hawaii. Don't fucking talk to
I
me.
saw one. I saw the volcano flying up. Just sounded exactly like that. No, here, I'll hit you with the story. You ready? If it'll ever load. After decades of quiet, this Alaska volcano could be ready to blow. That's the headline.
Me.
I kid you
After
not.
decades of quiet,
I kid you
I
not.
am ready to blow.
Oh, man. So the scientists have warned the people of Anchorage
Okay.
to get prepared because this volcano is showing signs that it's ready to erupt.
Like doomsday?
No, they basically
What? What?
it'll disrupt air travel big time. Last time this
Oh,
happened, they had to shut down the airport in Anchorage for like several days.
Oh, they're gonna say like years or something.
Well, because if it gets in, engines and things like that, ash will just destroy, everything. When planes crashing.
Still, so how confident are we that it's gonna be just like a minor thing? How confident are we that this isn't a Mount St. Helens situation?
Well, it also is in Alaska, but
Okay, so what? Mount St. Helens, if that sucker blows like they're expecting it to, we're all dying. We're
Well,
all done for.
is it really?
Yes.
Really?
The ash and whatnot's gonna like choke people out here.
Really?
Yeah.
That bad? I thought if the geyser or whatever it was that
That too.
the Old Faithful geyser, if that
Both.
blows, we're all dead.
I don't care.
Okay.
All of them.
Is the ash gonna like block out the sun or something?
Probably. We're
This
not able
is-
to breathe.
This is not supposed to be. This is what I've read. Is not supposed to be that bad from what you're describing. Okay.
Well, how confident are they?
They're never confident.
Well, that's terrible. That's
mean-
not a.
How confident can you be?
I would hope pretty damn confident. That's a. You know what? Here's the thing: if somebody says to me, "How confident are you in that design you just made?" Pretty confident.
Well, but
Pretty
you can't-
confident. Okay. If I didn't make my life's work volcano studying to be like, no, I'm not confident at all. Well,
Well,
Well, get somebody else out here. Get someone else. This guy's done for.
the thing is, you can guess about volcanoes and tornadoes and earthquakes and things like that, but you cannot say ever 100% certainty that it's going to happen, right?
Well,
You can say conditions are right.
here's my
You
issue.
can say signs point to yes, it's
Here's my
going to
issue.
blow.
You get a big old storm system going on. You're like, the
Right.
conditions are right for a tornado.
Okay.
Anywhere a tornado could touch down. Guess what, buddy? It's right here. The volcano isn't moving. This volcano could
Okay.
blow.
Right.
I need to know how confident you are that it's going to go. Because you've been saying forever that Old Faithful's overdue.
Right.
Well, how confident are you in that? Because it hasn't blown yet.
Well, I will tell you that
People keep going.
that the Washington military advisor has said that yes, the conditions are right. They're
What's
keeping,
that guy got to do in there?
they're keeping
He's in
the-
Washington.
Well, they observe it, whatever. They're involved.
Like a holiday? What do you mean they observe?
They're watching the freaking volcano. And I almost just passed out. I
It's been a long
expelled
day.
all my oxygen.
It's been a long day.
Holy shit.
Scared.
Like what?
Fasting?
They're watching the activity. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm seeing stars.
Alaska, the mountain, the volcano that they think is about to erupt
Well, what's the name of this volcano?
is Mount Spur.
Mount Spur?
Spurr.
That's
Mount
all.
Spur.
That's
It is an
unfortunate.
active volcano about 80 miles from Anchorage, Alaska. It has been, it's in an ongoing state of volcanic unrest for many months now.
Ugh.
Okay, and the people of Anchorage and I guess the surrounding area have been told like to get like masks and to
Have they
be
pulled
prepared.
all the grandmas
Be
down
prepared.
up off the fucking hills?
that I cannot say.
Because
But
I
if-
fucking seen Dante's Peak.
We've seen that.
Unfortunately.
These old ladies are stubborn. But apparently there's some kind of filter you can get for your car so it doesn't get clogged up with ash. So the people are preparing.
Listen, word to the grandmas up there, come down or your grandkids are going to commandeer a truck. They're going to go drive up there. You're going to die anyway, but you're going to risk everybody's life.
I don't think they're expecting any lava.
You never know.
The concern is ash. They said people are asking like, is this going to be like a Mount St. Helens type eruption, which was like what 1980 or
That's
something?
what I'm asking about.
They said no.
Oh, well,
Mount Spur is not the kind of volcano that has eruptions large enough to spread ash that very far. It's not going to be like, Mount St. Helens, the ash was spread across the states. I mean, it's not, it's too far away. I guess
Okay.
it's not as big. It's not going to cause those kinds of problems like that. It's not,
Well, what do you mean it's not that kind of... He's not that kind of volcano.
I don't
What do you mean? Have you asked him? Did you ask him? He said,
It's
oh,
gonna-
I'm not that kind of
it's
guy.
gonna
I
be-
wouldn't do that.
It's going to be more of a nuisance for people in the area.
To die?
I don't think they're worried about people dying. They're not predicting any deaths. As
Well,
long as the
no one
planes-
ever does.
As long as there aren't any planes over it or something, I think that's what she's very concerned about this, folks. And I'm telling you, I don't think we need to be that concerned.
What do you mean? How many people... Did anybody die in the most recent Hawaii eruption?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, is the government covering it up?
I don't know.
Truth about volcanoes. That could have been me. My God, I just
Can you
barely got
imagine?
out of there. Not even a full month
Well, what was
removed.
I watching? This was saying the most recent eruption of the volcano in Hawaii was December 23rd of 2024
Well, now you...
with episodic lava fountaining. Ooh.
Oh my God. You're telling me in December?
Oh, wait. And it's still ongoing with the latest episode starting April 7th of 2025. See, it was right after you got back.
Right after. That was yesterday.
Well, I saw a thing on the news about
That
it.
was fucking yesterday.
It's a good thing you got back.
Not even a month. I was assured.
There's video of the lava.
Don't show me
The
no
lava
fucking
flying
video.
in the air
Don't
and
show me no
everything.
fucking video.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That Hawaii trip was a once in a lifetime opportunity. Not because I might never have the money to go back, because I ain't fucking going.
I ain't going back.
I got my pictures. I've seen it.
I took my chances. I'm good. Yeah, look at the picture.
No, don't.
How do you
show me
say that? How do you say that? Kilauea? It's a Hawaiian name.
Hold
I can't
on.
pronounce it. Kilauea?
Probably Kilauea.
Whatever. It's a volcano in Hawaii
Yeah.
ejecting the lava. Look at that. Hundreds of feet.
Ejected.
Hundreds of feet in the air. Look at
Hundreds. What do you mean hundreds? Don't play this video.
hundreds of feet in the air. The
Well, there's
lava,
nothing for scale. There's nothing that can give me
Look
for
at it.
scale.
It's spewing.
Well, I don't know. That could be a man could stand right there. I don't know.
It literally says hundreds of feet in the air.
Well, they better put a Lego something
What
out
more do you
there.
want?
Something for scale. What do you mean? I keep saying I need something for scale.
Folks, when Abby makes her little what do you call it? When you make structures.
Oh,
She sends pictures, but she always puts Sam's character Keith in the picture for scale.
yeah.
They needed a Keith for scale.
They need a Keith for sale. Yeah, when I build the
unfortunately.
little houses or
Yes.
whatever, yeah.
We'll have to post a picture of her. Ooh, your most recent creation is excellent.
Oh, my
It's a whole
little,
roaming city. Yeah.
not
Not
Roman,
roaming.
roaming. Not to be confused.
Although they wouldn't put it past you to make a Roman city because you do like Rome.
I told Ashley
Yes.
that I was thinking that I was like, I need to do something creative. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of hits you intermittently.
Yes.
You know, I sat for 2 weeks in a row and did nothing but built that city. So, you know,
Okay.
I've had some time away. So I'm ready. I mean, I can be back
You're ready?
into it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
You know, but
Cool.
I don't know that I'm going to like build something. It could just be like a design thing.
I
Okay.
see, I
Because
see.
God knows that I don't have enough going on. I need to add more projects to my life.
Absolutely. You have to be busy 24/7. So your beef is that a volcano is possibly ready to erupt in Hawaii.
Well, I thought it already had erupted.
Alaska. Well, the one in Hawaii already erupted.
I've got
the one in
beef with-
Alaska
I
is
got
getting
beef-
ready.
You know what? I got beef with
Beef with both.
all volcanoes.
All volcanoes.
Volcanoes, count your days.
I was searching
Cut
for
to
a way.
me punching rocks.
Yeah, I was searching for a way to end your days. Okay. All right.
Just we don't need no more islands. We're fine. We're fine.
That's true. We got plenty.
Okay.
The sea, is a big chunk of the ice,
The glaciers?
broke off
Great.
the other day.
Oh, it's just all
and
positive.
Fell into the ocean. Now I got to tell you,
What do you mean it fell in? It was already there.
well, it broke off and it.
I see. It broke off the. Okay.
and it
I
falls in
understand.
and it makes the sea levels rise. This is a problem,
Bastards.
right? But you know what? It broke. I don't think it broke off and fell in from up high. It was part of like the shelf that was already in the water. And it broke off. Now this has been so thick and so wide that no one's been able to go underneath there. All right, shut it. This is very educational.
Okay.
Immature. Get out. She's in 5th grade. No one's been able to see underneath there, the ocean life underneath there.
Well,
And
sure.
because
They want to be left alone.
That's true. Because this piece broke off, they discovered this whole sea life underneath there.
Yeah.
Those different species we've never seen before, just all kinds of things. And this beautiful like coral reef, and like you wouldn't think that anything where ice is,
ISIS.
literally covering the ocean, there'd be a whole lot of life there. But nope.
Right. Right.
Nope. It's they found a whole ecosystem, a whole new ecosystem we've never seen before underneath there. How cool is that?
Wow.
I guess there was this little I read the whole article, but this little submarine type vehicle thing that can go under the water that they were heading somewhere else, a research type, sub. So not like a full on sub.
Sure.
They were
Like
heading
a-
somewhere else and
yeah.
then they heard that this happened, so they changed course and went there to check it out, and then that's how they discovered what was underneath there. Yeah. So very cool.
I'm Googling what the underside of a glacier looks like because I've seen a picture or video of it, but I don't know if you have because it looks very cool.
Really.
Yeah. Because
Now, I saw pictures of the sea life that was under there.
I don't know. Now here's the
posted
thing.
a
Now,
pic.
listener, maybe you know why, but I don't know why. The glaciers will break off, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now here's the thing: is that obviously the heavier portion of the glacier is going to naturally, like if you toss something in the water, the heavier side, will flip to the bottom. Okay.
Okay.
So when these glaciers break off, sometimes the heavier portion is no longer what is under the water; it's what is above the water. So when it breaks off, it'll go and then it'll flip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And so then we
yes.
can see what the underside of the glacier looks like. I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever seen it. And I don't know why this is because to me, I would think that it's ice, right? It should look the same.
You
it
would
doesn't.
think.
It doesn't. That's what it looks like. It's like this dark blue color.
So cool.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of clear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, because it's just
It's
pure.
not like white.
Right. Well, because like the top is like, it
Look
might
at
be
this.
scratched up or it might be like snow on it or whatever. But then when you flip, whatever is underneath there is just, here you go. This is like somebody sailing up next to one.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, the
But
underside
that's
is
kinda
like,
terrifying. No.
this is another one. Like that's the underside is just this like blue color.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, no, it's very cool.
Very
This
cool.
picture comes from the Smithsonian.
Wow.
I want to go there. I want to go to there.
I want to go to there as well. That sounds amazing. Someday. That's on the list.
Oh, absolutely.
of places
But that's for another day.
I must visit. Yeah. We'll talk about that on another podcast. We're still talking about the volcanoes and whatnot. So anyway, I have a minor beef with all the storms and the rain we've been getting lately. It hasn't been fun.
Well, yeah, because when we recorded the first one, we had a bunch of storms come through.
We had just had a bunch of storm come through, and then this past weekend there's flooding everywhere because some places got like 14 to 20 inches of rain, all at once. The weather is so extreme now. I was trying to go through the drive-through at the McDonald's to get living myself some dinner after we went to a little event at the middle school for my niece, and we didn't get out of there till like 8:30, and we were starving. So we're like, we'll just run through the drive-through. Well, of course, it starts pouring down rain. I'm trying to open my window. You know how you just try to open your window a little crack and make it stop? It won't stop. It goes all the way down. I yell an order, and then I try to roll it back up.
Yes.
And then I roll it back down, and I yell the rest of the order.
Because you're trying to get it to stop just like a crack, but it keeps automatically
going up and down. This is me like an idiot. Up and down. Rain's coming in. I'm getting sopping wet. Liv's laughing her ass off at me. I don't think it's very funny. I'm rolling it down. Then I rolled it down, and I smashed my thumb somehow, and my thumb hurt, and I've ordered her a chicken sandwich, and I've ordered me, I don't even know, chicken cheeseburger and 2 drinks. And then she goes, should we get strawberry pies? And I've smashed my thumb, and it hurt really bad. And I roll the window down one more time and go, and 2 strawberry pies. 2 strawberry pies. In this crying voice because my thumb hurt. And I roll my window up, and I look over at her, and she's laughing hysterically. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? I hurt my thumb. I show her my thumb, and she's like, I'm just imagining that poor man getting our order as you're yelling into it and then closing the window and then yelling some more and closing the window. And then the last thing is him hearing you cry as you order 2 strawberry pies.
But then he said, I'm pulling around.
I just told him, I'm pulling around. I don't care what the toll is. I'm coming around. I gotta get out of this rain. By the time I got home, I was sopping wet. I had to wipe down my car. It was so wet. Well, not a happy camper.
Well, we were talking about how much it was raining, and we had said, I think I'd seen like a post or something like that, and I had said, about April showers and all that jazz.
She says, that's the official statement. April showers and all that jazz. Of course.
But I had seen a thing that said, these May flowers better be goddamn worth it at this point.
They better be worth it.
And so
it better be something amazing. It'll be dandelions and clover. It's all it's going to be.
You will be like the clover. Save the bees.
It's true.
Clover's good for the bees. I need to just rip out all the grass in my yard and put in clover because I'm tired of fucking mowing it. Because the grass in my front yard grows like fucking nuts.
It grows.
I can't keep up. And honestly, I don't want to. I don't give a shit. I don't care if we have that nice pristine. Put the clover in.
I did see an article that said Americans are getting away from the pristine manicured lawns.
Well, yeah, because millennials are broke and we got money to be paying for no fucking lawnmower.
And that's true. That's a true statement. So anyway, this is the picture I was going to show you. This is the ecosystem that they found. They discovered underneath.
Who is she? Go off. Pop off.
Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. So they found this whole unknown ecosystem with large corals, sponges, a plethora of marine life, including ice fish.
Wow, what the fuck is an ice
giant
fish?
Sea spiders.
Oh, ew, no,
that's
no.
enough
Then
for
you
me,
can
dog.
leave those. You can leave those. What the fuck is an ice fish?
And several previously undiscovered species among them. Isn't that insane? So, very cool.
Oh my god, an ice fish has transparent blood and a see-through skull. That's why it's called an ice fish.
What?
And also probably because it lives in cold temperatures.
What in the world? So we don't know.
Look at this motherfucker.
We don't know.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at see right through him.
Look right through him. Look at that. He looks like ice. That's wild.
Wow.
We don't know much about the seafloor beneath this floating ice shelf in Antarctica because can't get under
Well,
there.
it is tough.
But of course with global warming,
It's tough. And
we're able to see this stuff now, which is it's good and not good and bad.
This is,
right?
this is pretty terrible.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I didn't know if you'd heard about it. Had to tell
I had not. That's
So-
way better than the volcano.
Well, let's say our sauce.
Well, I had
Shall we?
Googled because I was trying to find like a natural disaster sauce.
That's true because we talking about storms. We're talking about volcanoes.
So I Googled tornado sauce, and Google thought that I meant tomato sauce, Oh, which
Is
I
it
got
tornado or tornado?
tonado sauce.
Tornado.
And I forgot to pull this back up because I got to tell you what it is.
Okay.
Because it's terrible. So it doesn't look so bad, right?
It doesn't look bad.
Right. Tonado sauce is a classic Italian sauce made with a mayonnaise-like base with tuna and anchovies pureed in to give it an addicting, salty, and briny flavor. And then someone over here had said anchovies, tuna, and capers.
No.
Spoon the egg-free version on roast veggies, meat, salads, and more.
That doesn't sound addicting.
No, it doesn't.
No,
See,
tuna?
the picture doesn't look so bad.
No.
And then you know.
Anchovies. That's so salty.
Tuna, anchovies,
And
and capers.
I've tried
capers.
to like capers. I don't like them.
I don't think that I've ever
not
tried
a fan.
capers, and I don't think that I ever
I don't
will.
like them. Well, I was thinking about the storms we've had lately. We've had several tornado warnings, and there's been tornadoes throughout the Midwest as usual.
I'm unconcerned.
The people of the Midwest are very much so used to this type of behavior, and
This type of behavior
from the weather, from
Mother
Yeah,
Nature.
from Mother Nature, this bitch. Anyway, and so
She's got no respect.
no respect. So I was thinking, I googled what are some crazy things that Midwesterners do during storms and tornadoes, and so here's a list of what I found.
Well,
You wanna hear it?
I'll tell you right now from experience. There's a picture of me outside,
Yeah, we
hands on my knees, like squinting, like
Looking for the rotation.
right. I was
Yep.
doing the whatever that meme is of that lady that's
Yep.
in out.
Typical
I was doing the exact same
Midwestern
thing. I was
looking-
like,
watching for it.
where is it?
Where is it? Okay, so
Where's
these,
the rest of
these are some things that Westerners do during storms and tornadoes that you should not do.
Okay.
Okay, do not mow the lawn. Do not do that.
Well,
Park it in the garage and get inside.
if there's a tornado, it's probably been raining. Don't mow the lawn, not because of the tornado.
You're gonna ruin your
You're gonna
mower.
ruin your mower. You're gonna
Legit.
clog it up.
Clog it on.
Don't make that
Okay.
mistake.
Do not watch for the tornado by standing next to a window while drinking a glass of wine.
Now I'll say,
This is a relaxing event for most Midwesterners. We stand
Right.
by the window, made of glass,
with a
watching.
glass of wine.
with a glass of wine.
Well, so to this I say, put your wine in a red Solo
Yeah,
cup,
red
some
Solo cup.
plastic, and sit on the porch.
It's on the porch. And then
That way there's no glass.
Well, the next one is do not sit on the porch
Oh.
in your lawn chair
What do you? What?
eating popcorn
Well, is it?
while enjoying the show.
Hang on. Now, hang on. What do you mean? That's a
These are
pastime.
things that you should
Yeah,
not
that's
do.
my culture. You deny me my culture?
I understand that we are Midwesterners and this is what we do, but we
Whose-
should
whose
not.
list is this?
We should not do these.
What?
This is a compiled list of many people saying that these are things Midwesterners do that we should not do during
This is
storms.
the National Weather Service?
No,
What's
no,
it- what are
it's
they, Nazis?
Reddit, I don't know. It's
What are
people
they-
just sending in things that they've seen people do during tornadoes.
Are they? What are they? You can't control me like that.
Again, you have your choice, but you make your choices.
Oh.
Do not ignore the sirens because you want to continue to watch your show on Netflix.
Oh my God! I absolutely was doing that.
We did it the other
I
night. Sat in the
literally-
living room. We're like, it's fine.
I was at work and the sirens were going off at work, and I was like,
Okay.
well, maybe it's. And I am being an asshole because I know that there's actively a storm going on outside. And I go,
Right.
well, maybe it's just the first Wednesday of the month because it was the first Wednesday of the month. And so I was
Oh my
like, well, maybe
gosh.
it's just. And everybody, because here's the thing, one of the people that I work with in the office, he is not from this area. He is from further north.
Oh.
And so
So was he bothered?
well, yeah.
Okay.
He's been here for a while, but
okay.
like
Still
it's
still not a fan. Yeah.
right. Well, and I was sitting there and I was like, well, maybe it's just the first Wednesday of the month, be like a
Oh,
shithead because
man.
I'm so unconcerned. It was fucking night. It was
Right.
dark as night outside. Did not care. I'm just working. I'm by windows. We're in the office. Just all of it windows. Couldn't have given a shit.
Did you go get
If
your
this is
popcorn?
no, I had work to do.
You had work to do. All
I
right.
had work to do, and he says, I don't know what the policy is for the building for tornadoes, and I was like, I'm not worried about it. I'm not. If the tornado comes, it's gonna be too late for me anyway. I don't care.
You could go into the bathroom.
No, because I ain't gonna get no work done.
Well, that's true too.
I got work to do because either the tornado's coming through and it's gonna get me. That bathroom is not gonna save me. I'm on the second floor.
Oh,
that
okay.
bathroom is not gonna save me.
Well, yeah, you need to go downstairs.
Right. So either that tornado's gonna get me or it's not gonna get me, and now I'm behind at my work. And I know that the odds are in my favor that that tornado is gonna pass me by because God knows how many times I ain't ever seen a tornado in live person.
You've been lucky then.
Well, I
A lot
know
of people have.
Knock on wood. But listen, I'm not feared.
Not a fear.
Not afeared.
Well,
Bring it
this list is
on,
for you,
Twister.
then, Abby. All right, here's a couple more. Do not try to race the tornado on your four-wheeler. Don't do
Well,
that.
bold of you to assume I have money for a
That's
four-wheeler.
true. Do not run in opposite circles of the tornado to try to undo the rotation.
No, I know. I seen Sharknado. You got to throw a bomb in it.
That's true. That's true. Oh my God. Do not take shelter where there's a vast collection of sharp objects. That's no.
I was like, oh man, into the needle pit.
Into the barn with all of the butchering implements. That
Right.
Don't go in there.
Don't go in. Who's going in barns anyway?
In the movie Twister, that's where they tried, and they went nope, and they ran out of there. So that was smart.
Oh,
See?
so I've
That
never
was
seen
smart.
Twister.
Well, that's your first mistake.
No, it wasn't. Honestly, it was fine.
And lastly, do not go to the drive-in if there are tornado warnings.
What if I'm already there? I'm not like, oh, tornado warning, better go to the drive-in. I'm already
It's
there.
probably raining. How are you going to see anyway?
Well, what I'm saying is I'm already there. What if a storm just pops up?
That's when you leave and get to a
Whoa.
safe space.
No.
Don't try to ride on your car either. You got to go lay down in a ditch.
I'm going to go into the concession stands.
Well, you can try.
You're right. There's not enough room for all
Right.
of us.
That's probably like a
I'm
trailer. Unless
kidding.
if it's made
They're
out of
like,
cinder
oh
blocks,
my
that
God,
might be safe.
no. The
Squeeze
tornado
in.
came through. I know. And me sitting there. Oh no, and it ate all the nachos. That's me in the concession stand. Oh God, did you guys see that? It just went in here, pull all
my
the
God.
chips and cheese straight out.
Oh my God.
Left the stickers
You
untouched.
got chips and cheese on your face. Nice.
It left the raisinets completely alone.
Oh my God. You're killing me. Yeah, the raisinets. No tornado, no self-respecting tornado wants the raisinets. Oh my gosh. Well, while I was thinking about that, I was like, okay, Midwesterners are definitely a different breed compared to your East Coast, your West Coast,
Yeah.
your mountain specific people. I don't even know what else.
Your Pacific Northwest.
There you go. Right. Thank you. So I did a Google search on things that Midwesterners say.
Oh, okay.
That might be kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe not. We tend to say some of these. I was like, yeah, we absolutely say these things.
All right, hit me.
You have a bee in your bonnet.
Yeah.
Is that strictly when Midwesterners? I don't know.
Oh, is that?
Fixin' to. We say that a lot. I'm fixing to go outside and watch that tornado. I say that one. I say fixin' to a lot. Skedaddle.
Skedaddle.
We say skedaddle. Over yonder. I think that's also more a southern thing as well.
Over yonder? I assume so.
Cattywampus. I remember my mom
Cattywampus.
saying cattywampus a lot.
Well, also catty corner.
Catty corner. That is.
It's a dialect thing, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah, not everyone. I mean, I don't know that's just unique to Midwesterners, but
Oh, okay.
the fucking I think it's the New York Times used to have a really cool quiz you could do.
Okay.
And you would select the stuff that was like, what do you, if you had, we refer to as catty corner.
Yeah.
Okay, and they described somebody who'd be
Right.
catty corner.
Okay.
And they're like, what would you call this?
What would you
Catty
call it?
corner, catty wampus, Okay, it's got all these kinds of things.
Okay.
And so you would go through and you'd answer what's a freeway, the highway,
Okay.
Oh,
gotcha.
and how do you pronounce these words? Is there a difference between Mary, Mary, and Mary?
Oh, and it would tell you where you're from.
right.
Kind of thing. Okay.
And it would say you have this dialect order, and it would kind of show like a heat map sort of on the map of the people who talk similar to you. So obviously mine comes up as like a St. Louis because I guess I forget what it was, but I say something specifically
Wow. Okay.
like
Okay.
this area.
This one is I agree with hankering. You got a hankering for
hankering.
something. Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise, there you go.
That's one definitely.
Uh-huh.
The Hooskow. Now I remember my dad saying this.
Hooskow.
That's a jail.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember my dad saying that word.
I never heard that.
Fit as a fiddle.
That's a Southern thing.
I think your grandpa used to say
Let me tell you
that a
something.
lot.
They're skipping over the obvious one, which is
I'm not. I'm not. Well, Ope is on the list. I'm just not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Full as a tick. Now
Oh,
I
gross.
remember your grandpa saying that a lot. Happy as a Clam. Heavens to Betsy.
Yeah.
Hold Your Horses.
There's no way that's a fucking Midwestern thing.
Like a Bull in a China Shop.
Definitely not Midwestern.
Madder Than a Wet Hen.
All right, skip forward. Skip the ones that you're certain on.
Off Like a Herd of Turtles. My dad says that a lot.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that one.
Raining Cats and Dogs. I think that's kind of universal.
I know,
don't
some
you
of these
think?
are too universal.
Two Shakes of a Lamb's Tail. Under the Weather.
Under the weather.
Feeling under the weather.
People, what do you mean? Whose list is this?
I don't know.
Call them out.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I have to scroll up and I don't want to. Dead as a Doornail.
You're on. Turn it towards me.
Medium.com.
Medium.com. You don't know shit.
Like finding a needle in a haystack.
These are not Midwestern.
Spitting
phrases.
image. Maybe they are. How do you know?
I'm
Tough as nails. Don't be a wet blanket. Barking up the wrong tree. Chew the fat.
These
Some
are
of
just sayings.
They're just sayings, you think?
Yeah, some of them are. Oh,
Ope is definitely one.
let me just scooch right past you there.
That's on here. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. For crying out loud, that's a Midwestern thing.
And for Pete's sake, we say that a lot. 2 peas in a pod.
2 peas in a pot. Well, here's the thing. You've got yeah, no, yeah, which means yes. But like also I'm sorry. Like yeah, no. The answer is yes. Like yeah, no, yeah. No, yeah,
It's
no.
true. It's true.
Like no, I agree with you. The answer is no. No, yeah,
some
no.
of these are definitely just kind of sayings, right?
Yeah. Don't you know? You betcha. Oh, bless your heart is not.
Bless your heart. I
That's
think
too
for
southern.
sure. My grandma used to
But
say that all the time.
Don't you know? And shit like that's for crying out loud. Those are Midwestern things. But cornhole. But I'll be damned if whatever the hell
Somebody put on the list that Midwesterners call soda pop. I'm like, nope. No, they don't.
further
That's north.
Yeah.
That's the northern Midwesterners. Don't even think about it. Yeah, we don't. Don't be telling me that it's pop.
Welp.
Welp. Okay.
W-E-L-P. Welp.
Okay.
That's let me just squeeze past you. Oh, holler. No, yeah. No, yeah. It means yes, but not just yes, but of course. No, yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely. That's what that means. Definitely.
Okay. Oh my gosh. This one says that makes as much sense as government cheese.
What?
He's schnookered. Government cheese, I can remember talking about that.
We talked about the government.
Getting the government
The
cheese.
cheese caves of Missouri.
Right? What in the world?
Well, speaking of Missouri,
All right, let's move on.
speaking of Missouri, we last week we had Arch Madness, which March Madness has since wrapped up.
It did.
And Houston really fucked it at the end there. I tell you what,
They bit it.
that was. I mean, I picked the Gators, but I would have rather have seen there been like a last minute shot or something. Nothing happened.
Anticlimactic ending, and they did come back, but it was still a good game, I think. But yeah,
I watched the women's and
to not get a shot off with the last however many seconds.
Sad.
Was, kind of a shocker. There.
well, it's just kind of disappointing. Well,
But the kid, I
anticlimactic.
can't remember the kid's name that plays for the Gators. Could have declared for the NBA last year, and he said, "No, I'm going to come back."
Come back.
They got eliminated in like round 1
The show goes on.
last year, for a year ago.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Nope, that's not us. That's not this team. I'm going to come back
Okay.
and we're going to win it," and they did. So
Well, let me
that's
tell
pretty
you.
cool. So now, of course, he's going to declare for the NBA,
Well, let me tell you because I've been watching the women's.
which was exciting for
So
winner.
So you've got your 4 1-seed teams, okay, and the one I was rooting for South Carolina because I forget her last name, but Juju plays for them, and she it was like their star tore her ACL like the first or second round. Done. She's done, and that was very very sad for them. But the
Right.
team battles, okay, the team battles. They made it all the way to the championship. I'm like, good for them.
Right.
Good for them. Now on the other side of the bracket, you've got UConn, okay? And UConn has a player, her name is Paige Beckers, and she did the same thing. Could have declared last year, chose not to because
back.
they had UConn had never won it when she was there. She'd never won the championship.
Right.
And UConn was in like a 7 or 8 year drought of not winning the championship, which is their longest stint of them never winning, which to me is insane. Because imagine if you're a fan of like, whatever your sport is, maybe I'm a fan of I'm a fan of the Blues. Up until 2019, they never won the championship.
Yeah.
And UConn's longest stint of their women's basketball team
Not winning. Yeah.
is 7 or 8 years.
They had 11 wins under their belt.
They had 11 already.
Yeah, so
No, not the college. That head coach specifically had 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I don't know. I don't know if
They
he's been.
said UConn had 11.
Well, I don't know if he's been coaching. He may have been coaching since
He's
the
been coaching a long
inaugural.
time.
Yeah, because he's 71, I think. And but they go out and Mom, I was like, okay, I'm rooting for you, Paige. You come back, adversity. She wants to win the whole damn thing. Because I guess when she was a freshman, they got to the championship, lost.
Yes.
So now it has been a redemption.
Right.
And borderline embarrassed every single team that they played against. Because the closest game they had was in like the Elite Eight or the Final Four round, somewhere in there. No, it was in the Elite Eight round, I think. And they won only by 14, which is like they won by 14. It wasn't close. You know what I mean? But that was the closest game that they played.
Right.
Because in the Final Four round, I think they played USC, and they beat USC by 30 something points. And no one's ever won a Final Four game by 30 something points because this is the best.
It's unheard of.
This is the best. You don't win by 30 points there.
The UConn's women have 12 now because they won.
Yes. Spoiler.
That coach, Gino, I don't know how you say his last name.
Shimmy?
Arima, I don't know how to say it. It's a
Oriema. Gino Oriema.
He's been coaching that entire time. All 12 of those are under him.
Crazy.
He's 71 now. And that's crazy. Yeah, they said, "Are you going to retire?" And he's like, "I don't know. Maybe someday I'll wake up and decide I don't want to do it anymore, but for right now,
Right.
I'm still good to go." So
Yeah.
he's not announcing his retirement. I think I would. He's got a dozen.
That's pretty good.
He got a nice even dozen national championships. He's 71. Man, walk away on top, dude. Go have some fun. I don't know. But I don't know. Some people love it and can't walk away.
Well, but also, like you said, UConn won. They won, I think, by 23.
Yep.
And honestly, it was
Yep.
all because both sides pulled all of their starters, and then they kind of let, the backups play for the last, 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was.
Because it was.
They couldn't catch him.
I think they were
Yeah.
up by 35 at one point.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, this
They
is
just
out of
rolled over
control.
'em.
Like,
Yeah.
for the last, while the starters were still out there, basically, UConn was going down and just kind of, standing at the top of the key, burning as much of the clock as they could.
Right.
And then they would run something because you have a shot clock.
Yeah.
But they just burned because everybody knew the game was over.
Yep.
I was
That
like,
was wild. I've never
it
seen
was-
anything like that.
that was crazy. And then the Blues, this is a big sports weekend because
Yeah.
the Blues went on a 12-game winning streak, which is the longest winning streak they've ever done as a franchise.
Yep.
And it's the longest winning streak of any team this year in the NHL, fun fact.
Oh, okay, awesome.
But then they
Yeah,
fucking
it
lost.
was an awesome winning streak, and they've been playing great. And
And then they fucking lost to the Jets last
they
night.
did lose, darn
Bastards.
it. But yeah, they looked pretty good. So
Those overtime games,
killing me.
Kyrou scoring
Killing
with
me.
27 seconds left to send us to overtime. I was stressed.
It's a good thing I took out that extra insurance in case I have a heart attack. I'm ready now. I'm ready.
Well, thank God. You should have taken it out for Wayne.
I shut up and now I can't. Too late.
Yeah.
But anyway, you said, speaking of St. Louis.
Oh, well, speaking of St. Louis, we did the Arch Madness.
We did.
And we spoke about the World Chess Hall of Fame.
Yep.
But we'd never been there.
We had not.
So we went.
We went.
We went, not this past weekend, but the weekend before.
We had a blast.
It was a blast.
It is so cool.
It was very cool.
We loved it. The building is gorgeous, all brick, beautiful building.
Like a 3-story building.
3 stories. You go in and the huge chess piece is out front.
Yep.
And it's very cool. It's a king piece.
Yes.
It's super cool. We took lots of pictures. We'll post them. And they have 2 exhibits right now that were both, I thought, excellent.
Yeah, the first,
Very cool.
The one on the first floor,
Main floor.
is the Crown Jewels exhibit, which is just these extremely they're very extravagant chess sets from around the world, and some of them are older, some of them are newer.
Yep. Made out of all kinds of different materials.
There's a bunch of them that were made of bronze, and they treated half of the pieces, treated half the board, and then let the other half patina. So of course you've got, that's how you kind of tell the two sets apart, which is very cool.
Very cool. You have the ivory pieces. Some were then painted and some
they
left
were
white.
and some of them were
The carvings.
some of them were like ivory and ebony. I'm like, good lord. The one was like like set up for like the ruler of Iran back in the 70s, and it was like gold inlaid with like amethyst and jade and pearls and all this kind of stuff
all
and
these
whatnot.
gems.
And then of course there was the Iranian Civil War, and so he didn't get his chess set.
Didn't get it. Yeah. All this.
I mean,
it's the board is gorgeous. The pieces are gorgeous.
Yes.
It's incredible.
there was
And like you said, all around the world, they had like Japanese inspired pieces.
they had African inspired pieces, ones that were like, it's because it's not just like, oh, these are inspired by these cultures. It's like, no, like these came from artists from these cultures. So it's like some of the African ones were like carved out of like trees that were native to that area and things like it was very, very cool.
Yeah, some were very simple, made of wood. Some were made of porcelain. I mean, anything and everything you can imagine.
Glass.
They had glass blown pieces.
They had some 3D printed ones upstairs.
3D printed ones. This one was like, I'm looking at this picture of this one that looked like it's
Tea
made out
set.
of porcelain, but it was made like your traditional tea set.
Yep.
But they're all the chess pieces. It's incredible. Blew me away. Just blew me away.
Well, and you had your other ones that were like I said, made out of, not just like made out of these like really extravagant materials, because of course there was that, but there was also like just about everything you could think of, because there were ones that were like nuts and bolts and screws have been like put together
Somehow so that they were all different and they looked like a chess set. Yeah.
Well, and we had said the 3D printed ones, but then there was like an origami set, so somebody had folded every single one.
One was made out of buttons. Somebody had
Buttons,
used
that's
buttons
right,
to
that's right.
create all of these different chess pieces. Somebody had it looked like it was wire, but they almost looked like paper clips, and somehow they had bent them all to create the chess pieces.
Yeah,
It was just one incredible piece of artwork.
That's really what it was.
honestly after another. Truly were pieces of art. We were so impressed. They were so beautiful, and again, we couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how many they had. They had tons and tons of these sets.
a lot of them were donated. Some of them were just like on lease kind of thing from
Loaned to
other
them.
places. The one that they showed was like a replica of like the oldest complete chess set from like the Regency era.
Yeah, wow.
And it wasn't like that one specifically, but it was like, like this is what it looked like. That's cool. Some of them were enormous. Some of them were
tiny.
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 It's absolutely worth going, and it was fucking free. So
was-
I threw a $5 in the little
We
donation.
did. We said we'd give a $5. We did.
I did. I did.
We went up the stairs. Next level.
The next level was the animals.
It was Paws and Pawns.
Yes.
Animal chess set. So every set in this room were animal sets. So you had cats versus dogs, and you had that was where the origami one was. They were folded like animals.
My favorite one was upstairs, was on that floor, was the sea life one, because they had made, again, and I think it was bronze, and they had made, the pieces were like sea animals, and so you had like a manatee was the queen and a walrus was the king, and so on and so forth. And then
It was crazy cool.
And the board, because that's the other thing, the boards are really cool too for a lot of them.
They were works of art, truly.
But the board for that one was like,
It was like the seafloor.
yes, right. So every other square is like, the black squares were like these large coral reef kind of looking things, and then the white ones were more sand and like smaller kind of seashells and such. And each square had like a little hole in the center, because all of the like animals were on like these like almost
Like a stick.
yes, there was a stick. It was like a skewer kind of sized stick. Because the board's not flat, and so you would put the stick into each one, and so it looked like the animals were like floating and swimming above
across.
it. So
swimming
cool.
across the sea. You
So
would pick it
cool.
up and put it in the hole of the square. Yeah, and the whole time it just looks like they're swimming across the seafloor. It was crazy cool.
It was very cool.
So clever. It's so impressed. They had, ones that were, sea life. They had ones that were birds, all birds, the whole set. Yeah, but they would just like do different colors, and some were wood again, and some were glass, and then they had again the ivory, ebony. Some were made out of clay.
Yeah.
And
some of them were like baked clay, you
Yep.
know what I mean? And some of them were just like air dry clay.
Right.
And so it was very cool to see all these different like mediums and like what
Just
kind of like what you could get
incredible.
away with as well, because like you said, some of them were buttons.
Yeah,
And so it's
this one was
like,
all wire, and they twisted and
yeah,
turned it, and it's like you had to twist and turn that wire how many times to make each piece
yeah.
and to make them look the same. Like it's pretty
Yeah.
incredible.
Well, and I'm trying to think of the one, because some of them are like those like ultra modern almost, that there's like, this is like a triangle. Like
Yeah,
it's a
really
that's it.
simple.
Very
Yep.
simple, but still very elegant, very
Yep.
cool.
Very cool, very different. And then you have these glass blown ones. This animal set, there's this like African animals. So you've got camel and giraffe and elephant and lions. And then the pawns were all monkeys, but they're all glass blown. They're beautiful, but real
Yeah.
tiny. And then, but the monkeys were inspired by the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Yeah,
So
they
each
had
one
them.
had either eyes, mouth, or ears covered.
Oh.
It was so cute.
Well, that's the other thing is you'll see, because so you can think of like your classic chess set. All the pieces are the same, they're just black and white. And then you'd have some sets, right? So now you're gonna have like maybe a theme or whatever. Okay. And maybe it's like samurai inspired, because that was when we saw it and
Right.
whatever. But then you'll have ones that like take it another step further, where it's like, okay, we're gonna do that samurai inspired, but there's gonna be like two. It's gonna be samurai inspired, but it's going to be two distinct families. So the rooks or whatever, their castles are gonna be slightly different. The armor that they're wearing is gonna be slightly different. And then there was ones that took it even another step further, where it's like, okay, the pawns are the guys riding these little horses on this set or whatever. That's
this
what's gonna be.
certain set.
And every single one was different.
It was a different facial expression or a different pose. Or whatever.
Yes.
It was so incredible how cool that
The
was.
different levels of detail
Yeah,
for them
amazing.
was insane.
They had a reptile set.
Yeah.
They had an insect set. Wasn't a fan of that one.
Well, the insects one actually was really cool, because
It
it was
was
like
very
large
cool.
wire things
Yeah.
have been bent, and
Same
that's
thing like
another
bronze.
bronze
Yep.
and patina. Yeah,
Mhm. And it was just they had one that was made out of help me, the woolly mammoth tusks.
yes. So those ones were made by like there's like from an Inuit
Inuits.
tribe, and they had carved them into like mammoths and
Found
you
the
know,
tusk
different
and then
things.
carved them out of
Yes.
that. Yeah, incredible.
Outstanding.
That one we didn't get too upset about because it wasn't. They hadn't.
yeah,
killed the
every
mammoth.
time you see the ivory,
The
you're
ivory
like,
ones,
oh,
we were
man.
like, oh, how many? Who did you kill to get that?
right?
Stop
How
it.
many
Yeah.
elephants?
It's like you don't need.
And then I said the elephant being killed for the ivory. Wow. The elephant watching you carve the ivory into a chess piece that looks like an elephant. Wow.
So we were being indignant for the elephant's sake.
For the
Some were. Well, there was one that was made of walrus tusks too. We were like, "Stop that! What are you doing?
Stop that."
Leave them alone." But it was
Leave them
crazy cool. These two displays are going to be there until
May.
sometime in May, and they do switch out their displays. So there's always something new to see. Which
Highly
is
recommend going.
Crazy cool, beautiful. We loved every minute of it. We'll post our pics. We had a ball. We left there, and it's in the central West End.
Yes.
Is where this is located, which is a really pretty area. The architecture over there is gorgeous. And we start walking to the car, and then all of a sudden, here comes the storm.
Oh yeah.
And we see the storm coming. And so we run into this very close, just kind of right across the
Mexican
street,
restaurant.
Mexican restaurant. What was it called again? Do you remember the name of it?
Burro Loco.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, Burro Loco. This is actually a really cool restaurant, really
Yeah.
pretty.
It was like-
kind of neat. But the two walls were glass, so we did watch the storm come through, and it's sitting next to the glass windows.
But we got back because we said all you can do is get Mexican food.
Oh, we can do. We sent a pic to the family, and we're like, hey, took shelter from the storm, and all we
shelter.
could do,
All
was
we
get
could do.
Mexican food.
We didn't get margaritas because we went across the street to Clementine's and got ice cream.
We did, and it was super yummy. And that's such a cute little store over
Because
there.
I'd been, but you've never
beautiful.
been to
I
Clementine's.
had never
before.
been there. Never been to Clementine's. Loved it. Obviously, super delish. My favorite was the plate on the wall that said Lieutenant Dan ice cream. Forrest Gump.
Well-
It's decorated so cute in there. You got to go check it out. It's super fun.
Gorgeous.
We had just the best day. We really did.
Well, I was gonna tell you, on the episode that we lost, I had a zodiac that was what natural disaster are you based on your
We
zodiac
did do
sign.
that. You're right.
But it was lame and I didn't like it
Oh,
very
so
much
we're
anyway.
scratching it. Fine.
Completely gone.
That's fine. It's out. Did you find a different one?
No, I made one.
Oh, you made one. Well,
Because
let's do it.
I assumed, because I was sticking with the chess theme, I assumed someone out there must have assigned chess sets for each zodiac sign because that's like a funny thing to do because there's so many different.
Sure.
Wrong.
Wrong. No.
Nobody had done it.
It turns out it wouldn't be funny either.
So I had to do it.
So
No, it was funny.
Oh, I see. She says
I
it's funny.
did it. I don't
We'll
know
be
if
the
it's
judge
funny.
of that, listener. Let's hear it.
Okay, so this is gonna be a little less put together than my normal, where I get to just read a thing. I'm just gonna be making this up on the spot.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because Ashley cracked me up because she's been saying, she goes, I don't believe in astrology, but damn, it hits every time.
It does. Sometimes it just checks out.
It just checks out.
It's kind of wild.
So based on my knowledge, which is limited, I've gone ahead and assigned a chess set.
Okay.
What every sign's ideal chess set would be.
Okay.
All right, so Aries, you're up first. I gave you the mini bottles, so it's a chess set, but they were like the mini liquor bottles.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Somebody put one of those
Oh,
together.
that
so
could
I
be
think,
fun. There it is. Oh, that's so fun.
There it is.
It makes sense. I would definitely make sure I pick out my pawns to be something that I really like.
Yes.
There's a lot of pawns.
Yeah. Nothing.
Right.
I wouldn't be doing like 9 or 8 fireballs.
Fireballs. No, I couldn't do it.
No.
Yeah.
So
Maybe some moonshine from
leave-
Old Smoky or something there.
So I'll leave that one.
That could be
Fireball
fun.
was like the king and so on and so forth.
Especially if they're full before you play, and then every time
Yes.
one of your piece dies,
You gotta
you
drink
have
it.
to drink it.
Well,
That
exactly.
could be a fun
I'm like,
chess
listen, you're the life of the party. You do anything on a dare.
game. It's true.
You're drinking.
You're
You're playing chess and drinking and having a good time with it.
It's not as fun though when Abby plays you and beats you in 4 moves, which is what happened. We didn't talk
What?
about this. The third floor is very interactive. It's for kids. It seems like it's for kids. They have these huge like banner type signs that explains what each piece is on a chessboard, and there's chess sets that you can play. So we played. She beat me in 4 moves, like we said. So yeah, and then up there you can read about the people who are in the actual
Who
world
are being inducted
chess
in
Hall
the-
of Fame, who are
yeah.
being inducted, and then those who are already inducted actually as well. So that's the top floor. So
That's the top floor.
Okay, go back after Aries. Who's up?
Okay, after Aries is Taurus.
Okay.
Okay, Taurus, you are the Pearl Royale chess set. And I'll pull this up for you, Anna.
Pearl Royale. Cool.
It is lap of luxury. Okay, let me tell you something.
It is beautiful.
It is valued at $4 million.
Are you kidding with me?
No.
I see why.
It is.
Holy cow.
Every piece is 18 karat gold inlaid with diamonds and pearls.
clearly.
And look, that's the
Probably made out of-
underside. That's the underside.
That's the underside.
So you can see where all the pearls are for all these. They're white pearls on the other pieces.
It's gorgeous.
So it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So Taurus, you're
Wow.
See there's the white one.
That is
You are
incredible.
you're luxury. You know what you like. You're worth it. Go ahead and spend $4 million on your chess
on
set.
your chess set. You are magnificent.
Go for it.
Wow. So impressed. That's crazy. That's a showstopper right there. Okay. Who's next?
All right. Up next, we got Gemini.
All right, Gemini.
Gemini. I don't need to Google this one. You already know what this one looks like. Gemini. I'm giving you the simple chess and checkers 2-in-1 set. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. You get the two for one
Yep.
in a Gemini, and also you're a little chaotic. You've got a lot of interests. You're not gonna spend a lot of money on something you're gonna move on from in like 2 weeks.
That's true.
So you're getting that 2-in-1. There you go.
Okay. All right, makes sense. Checks out.
All right, Cancer.
Okay.
Cancer, you're getting the your simple wooden box chess set. Folds in half. The pieces are in there. Okay, because you're emotional. You're focused on the memories you're making. That's an heirloom that's been passed down.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you got as an
Okay.
heirloom.
Okay, gotcha. Yep, that makes sense.
Leo, you are giant chess.
Giant chess.
The giant pieces.
I've seen those. I think the
yes.
Salem Library has one. Yeah.
Exactly. You want to make a scene, Leo. It's all about you. All eyes are on you, especially because you've just taken up the whole entire goddamn yard with your chess game. That's going to last like hours.
Maybe not. I don't know. Just to move one piece, though.
Exactly. You want the eyes on you? You got them.
Cool.
All right. Virgo, you're an electronic set. Okay? Like you
Oh.
can play. There's ones that you can like play against a computer, but also that another person could sit there and it's like a board and the thing will with magnets move the pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So listen, you're a perfectionist. Okay, you want to be the best. All right. And this way you don't even have to play against other people. You're playing against a computer. You know they're perfect.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Libra, you're getting the 3-person set, the one you can play with 3 or 4 people.
Okay, I've seen those. They had one that actually had a 3-person set. Yeah.
Libra, you hate to be alone. You hate to be alone. You hate making decisions. This is for you. You just can default to the other 2 people that can knock you out and then play against each other. Okay, but you're included.
But you're included.
But you're included.
Okay, nice.
All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, you're a 3D set.
Oh,
The ones that are stacked.
I've seen those. The 3 boards. Yeah.
Yes.
What do they call that? They call it 3D chess.
Nope. Well, some of them.
I've seen. They had one at the World Chess Hall of Fame.
I know.
Sheldon used to play it on Big Bang Theory,
I forget what it's called.
where it's the 3
Strato
layer.
Strato chess.
Strato 3D chess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
There's 3 boards up that stack up on top of each other. Okay.
Yep. Scorpio, you're mysterious. You're the only one to understand what is going on here.
That's true.
Okay. But damn it looks cool.
It looks cool.
It looks cool.
And you gotta have a mastermind to work that.
And that is
for
a
sure.
Scorpio.
That's a Scorpio.
That's Scorpio for you.
Okay.
All right, Sagittarius.
It's me, ladies.
You're a travel set.
Oh,
Okay,
you can
because
take me
you
wherever
like
you
to
wanna
travel.
go.
Exactly. You need some adventure, but you got your trusty chess set going along with you.
That's
Don't
true.
even worry about it.
Okay. I'm prepared at all
Times.
all times.
You never know.
Awesome.
Capricorn, we're a vertical set, which is like you could here. Let me show you here.
Vertical set.
I think it's actually over here.
Interesting.
There it is.
Oh,
It's like
I see
mounted
it.
to the wall.
Yeah, I see
Okay,
it.
it's practical.
And it's like
It's
little
a-
cubbies, and you just put them in there. Okay.
Exactly.
And you
It's-
move it to each a little cubby.
Correct.
Wow, I've never seen that
practical.
before.
It's practical. It's on the wall. It's a space saver.
Absolutely.
All right. We're doing for our patients apparently, not me, but Capricorns. you can make your move.
You
walk
can leave
away.
it there. Yeah.
Leave it there.
Won't be in anybody's
Have it
way.
going. Have it
Look
going
at
on.
that. I never saw anything like that before. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're practical.
That's excellent. Okay.
All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, you're a homemade set. You're a homemade set. You are big on reusing the items already around you, and nothing is more unique than a custom set for yourself.
Oh,
Okay? Because maybe you're making one out of nuts and bolts. Maybe you're making one out of buttons. It don't matter, but it's unique to you. That's an
Okay.
Aquarius.
Okay, cool.
All right, Pisces. Pisces, I can show you this one, Anna. You're the cookie set.
Oh, look at this.
All right, little cookie cutters. You cut out your little things because Pisces, we know that you're emotional, and you made these with love.
They ate their feelings.
You made these with love, and then when you're done playing, everyone gets to eat the board.
After you finger banged all of the cookies.
Right, right. But everyone gets a piece,
Everybody gets a piece.
and that's what you love.
Yum.
You're thinking
That's
of your
so-
friends.
That's so cute. Okay, well, you're gonna have to put together a graphic with all these pictures
I will.
of
Those
the
little
different
lighted ones.
the different chess sets.
Honorable mentions. There's a Jurassic Park one. I was included Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Look at these cute little flowery
look how
ones.
that's very cool. I mean, we never saw a flower
know.
one like that.
Look at this baseball ones.
Baseball inspired. We did see one at the gift shop. There's a gift shop at the World Chess Museum and Hall of Fame. Sorry, and there's this little dude in there. And he's so nice and he was so helpful. And
Stop calling him a little dude. He wasn't a little. Don't call him that.
sorry, there was a man working in the. He was a little dude. I'm sorry, but he was super nice and super helpful, and he was showing us everything. And Abby got a really cool T-shirt, and it's got an excellent logo on it. It's just, the graphic was so cool. I had to get it.
Oh, because where are we?
I need to get a
St.
picture.
Louis, St. Louis is like the chess capital of.
Yeah, the States anyway, but
yeah,
I don't know.
US.
But I need to take a picture of that so we can show. And they had all these different chess sets in there if you wanted to buy one.
Yes.
And they had one that was inspired by like Anheuser-Busch, and so it had like Clydesdales and whatnot. It was very cool. And they had one that was like what, $7,000.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna say there was one. They had one that was like St. Louis monuments versus Kansas City monuments.
yep, they had that
Which is
one.
St. Louis one was way cooler.
Yep,
But
of course.
But they had one that was like Japanese inspired and had the like castles and all this kind of stuff, and like the board was like elevated and it was a whole thing.
It was insane.
That set was $7,000.
$7,000. Yeah, they had one that was like $1,700. They had all kinds
Yeah,
of
that was
different-
still also out of my price range.
Yeah,
but
everything was out of our price range for sure.
For
but they were beautiful and It's definitely worth checking it out. Right now they have really two excellent displays. If you ever want to go, now's the time to go. I'm so glad we went over there, but we said we got to get on the mailing list because we got to find out when they switch it up.
I know I'm gonna have to get on the mailing
Right?
list.
We got to get
Because
get
here's the
on
thing, they
the
do
mailing
other
list.
events over there too. I don't know if
know.
you saw.
We
They
had
have like
no idea.
they have like a jazz night, like they have a little art night.
Oh,
They do
oh.
all this kind of stuff over there. I know it's
How
free.
cool is that? And they have free posters. You could take a poster.
You could take it. I did.
Yeah. Did you take the animal one?
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course. Abby has an animal chess set actually. She got when she was, what, 8th grade, 7th grade?
Something like that.
And in the chess club. So
And in the chess club.
had to be done.
It was cool.
It was cool.
No, I mean it wasn't cool to be in the chess set, but or in the, being the chess club, but
But the chess set,
set was cool.
She still has it. We still, it's probably in my house, but we still have it.
Yeah.
It's a cool chess set.
It's a cool chess
So
set.
anyway, well, did we cover all the topics?
I think
I don't know why I felt like that was a sprint. I'll tell you.
it was a sprint. Cause
So, well, I don't know about you then, but after this, I'm gonna need some serious beef. Like seriously, because we didn't eat supper. So.
I know. It's, I don't know. Some serious chess.
There you
It's
go.
not very good.
You, it's hard for you to find serious chess because everybody sucks but you. So, all right, bye.
Bye.